So I did my last live stream on Tuesday because I couldn't do it last Sunday. I was at my parents', and um, since Tuesday, just lots of working on existing deals. So not a lot has happened in terms of new deals. In fact, pretty much nothing in terms of new deals that I found from Property Engine since last week. So we're kind of just hitting the ground running today and carrying on from our last live stream just only a few days ago, clearing through my pipeline. We've also, if he's able to type in the chat, should have Mark who wanted to join and ask a few questions today. So that's cool. But other than that, yeah, just go through my pipeline, Property Engine, and filter it out, because it basically just needs to clear out. Every now and then you need to clear out. Okay, so clear out some deals that are not going to work. And then if after that we've gone through the pipeline, then we'll look for new deals. And I get new deals sent to my emails here, which have 18 notifications now from Property Engine. Boom, these are all the deals matched to my criteria. So yeah, definitely got some catching up to do there. Okay, so it's 10 minutes past, so I will start. Just check. Mark said he'd message me if he had any issues joining. Let's check if there's anyone with any issues joining. No, I don't think so. I think that's fine. Yeah, let's go. And yeah, I've got an hour left. Right, so yeah, hour-long podcast. Start with my pipeline. I think we looked through these ones last week. I'll just see where we got to last week. This is interesting. So this one, back on the market 5 days ago. Okay, so last time I remember on this one, let's click on it. This one was with purple bricks covering York Bazaar. It's in London. Yeah, okay, so it still is with purple bricks, and I phoned them up and they said, to be honest, we've lost contact with this vendor. We don't know what's going on. And it was on for 1 million, so they've got ambitious since I last spoke, and essentially it had been removed from the market because purple bricks lost contact with the vendor, so they just had to remove it. Okay, now in terms of the property, this is what I remember. Yeah, so we have a really nice bathroom, a sort of, what would you say, decent kitchen. Yeah, nothing too special. I think it's a kind of finish that's designed to look premium, but you can tell the materials are not probably, actual granite. It's like cheap materials, but nice looking, made to look nice. But basically, it's a half refurbished property. It's a flip that never quite happened, which is bizarre to me, because I thought if you're properly doing the project, you rip everything out first and then go from the ground up. You don't go, right, I'll do the bathroom fully and then I'll do the kitchen fully and then I'll go, right. So I don't know what's exactly happened, but essentially you might get away with leaving the bathroom. May as well do a new kitchen because it's quite small, and then it's just the full works. So listing it for 1.1 million is actually crazy. I think, did I put comparables on there? Yeah, so it's previously listed for 1 million. Alright, well, let's look at the comparables now, because I didn't write it down last time. It's been a while. See if it's some sort of deal. Now I learned, right, it's next to West Hampstead Thames Link. Well, I can get there very nice and quickly, actually. So, alright, so very, very close. We have 1.5 million, 1.5 million. So that's probably that's like the easiest comparables ever, right? And we got this one over there, 1.7. Just at a guess, I'm saying that's because it's closer to the park and it's further away from the train. So I know it's like you ideally want 3 comparables, blah blah blah, But I think these are two perfect comparables, and we maybe would back it up with an agent val as well. But yeah, we're off to a cracking start here. To be fair, it's just a shame that with purple bricks, because I don't know, I feel like that's a bit annoying. But yeah, and where's the other one? The other one's over here. Well, that's the other side of 2 train tracks, and perhaps less desirable area. And yeah, a train track can split a town, so let's ignore that one. So we've got the 2 comparables at 1.5. They are, mate, they're such good comparables. This is so textbook, because we've got 100. What I like to look for is 136 square meters. So we've got that 132, 137, basically the same, isn't it? This is the closest one, Sumatra Road, and I assume it's been nicely refurbished. So what this reminds me? This sort of thing reminds me of like, are similar to like the house they shot Outnumbered in. I loved Outnumbered. It's such a good series. Oh, and they tried to remake it like The Other Christmas, and it was so shit. It was a classic. It was really good. Yeah. So, I mean, in actual fact, you might update 1 or 2 things if you really wanted to here, but we'll call it a refurbished house and a perfect comparable. 63 meters away, 1 square meter more, and this sold just in October, so a few months ago. So I'm really shocked, because honestly, normally we don't get such perfect comparables in London. Now this is refurbished, but with character. I love it. That's nice, and the kitchen's not huge, but I like the way they've done that layout with a little L shape there. So there's no sort of expectation in a way, therefore, to super like open plan the kitchen, which is great, because this is the existing floor plan, right? So they haven't had to do an extra extension to achieve the 1.5 million GDV, which is a good sign, because I look for assisted sales, because stamp duty, let's say we're purchasing this for 1.1 million. Let's find out. It's gonna be huge, and it just makes the deal not work. Like, what you're paying over 100 grand in tax. Like, I would prefer to use that 100 grand to do the refurbishments. That's why we do assisted sales at an Elliot Sykes property. So, but the thing with assisted sales, we need to be quick in, quick out, because the vendor is waiting until completion. Oh yeah, I forgot to answer the question. Yes, the answer to the question is that, so I asked a question earlier. The question was, I think I've got a message from Mark. No, I haven't. The question earlier was, maybe it's probably here, but maybe you can't figure out how to use chat or something.
With a British Airways American Express credit card, there's a little holiday in the things you buy.
Sorry, I've never had that happen before. We've got an advert popping off on. Yeah. What the actual fudge is going on right now? Okay, can I just... Yeah, so we're on assisted sales, and I asked the question. Assisted sales, the vendor retains ownership until completion, true or false? It is, of course, true. So the vendor still owns it. You refurbish it for them, complete on the property, and then release the funds that they wanted from the end sale. But you never own it as the investor, so no stamp duty. Use all that 100k to refurb. Looking at the other one, we're probably looking at, like, assuming no structural issues, we're probably looking at about 150 to 200k. So I'll put 200k in to be safe. But this could still work. This is, yeah, very, very nice. And I'll just double check the other one. Oh, no. Oh, no. Sorry, you had to listen to that. Right, because I wanted to save this comparable. Yeah, I want to save this comparable. It's Summit Road, yeah, it's kind of perfect. I'll be honest. Do I save that one? I'm not even going to bother. Different part of town. I think, yeah, further away from the train tracks. We almost don't need 3 comparables here. You know, if our investor really wants a third, I'll just give them an agent valuation. But the agents would probably do the same thing that I'm looking at and go, well, we just sold 2 in the area. So I wanted to look at the floor plan. Yeah, again, there's been no layout change, and it might be a case of preference. It might also be a case of could be conservation area, or could just be, you know, planning is a bit tight, because yeah, these are very like traditional nice areas, let's say. I mean, yeah, we've got dormers going on. That is important to check, actually. Do we need a dormer? Yeah, we do need to go into the loft. Okay, we do need to go into the loft. I think the other one I imagine this has gone into the loft as well. Yeah, we've got a 4th bedroom with an ensuite upstairs. So no, we're definitely looking more like 200k. Maybe I'll put 250k in the analyzer to be conservative. Anyway, GDV is a set, like, okay, you can't be 100% certain, but as certain as you're ever going to be when you're guessing what a property's going to be worth, is those comparables. That is gold standard comparables. I mean, genuinely, I'm like, I don't want to say the word. It seems like really American. I'm stoked, guys. I'm stoked. Donald Trump. So look, yeah, about let's call it 250. Oh, what's the floor plan here? Are there any just good to do due diligence? Are there any complications? Are they? Oh wait, have they already gone into the loft? Oh mate, they've already gone into the loft. So for me, oh, they might have done it as flats here. They might have done it as flats or something like that, but without splitting the title. Let's say that's an option, and actually it's an option, but the comps are just like really nice family homes, and they've just sold recently in the last year for 1.5 mil. So it's still an option for the investor to make it maisonette. I'm not going to look into that today. I'm just going to say, yeah, like that it's an option. And I'll write it down. So fancy, because I have to go on blooming right move to look at rental comps. Property Engine is not the best at rental comps. I think that's definitely something they can add in. W61PQ potential. Yeah, so I think what's happened is that maybe a previous investor has gone in and thought, right, oh my god, there's a seller as well. Gone in and they've thought, right, I can do 2 maisonettes here, yeah, and it's not worked. Clearly they've run out of money. Maybe the GDP is not there. So, you know, I mean, this is an awful idea to steal like from the kitchen, the bathroom, and yeah. What we really need is they've kind of rejigged the plumbing though, which is probably, this is not as, it's good to due diligence. It's not as because they've clearly rejigged the plumbing. So So if we turn it back into like the family style thing, then we'd have to rejig the plan. We'd have to put it back, and I was almost thinking, that's meant to be a sink. I think it is. I was thinking, this loft room thing. It's nicer to have a bedroom and an ensuite there, but then you'd have to rejig these bathrooms. And does that make it only a 3-bed house? That's not what we want, really. Downstairs bathroom, I don't know about that. I think yes, literally where to put the bathroom. Let me but I'm sure it's been done because we've got these 2 comparables. Or obviously, yeah, the investor could just stick with what's happened here, and yeah, and go for the. I do find this bizarre. That one's acceptable. That one, I don't know. Anyway, in sort of do it as a maisonette thing. Regardless, the reception rooms are staying there. 2 reception rooms or property of this value is absolutely needed. I think we might. No, I do see the logic of this, but it's. See, if it was a family home, like, would you keep the bathroom there? Probably not. Oh, then you have to eat into this reception room. It's not ideal. So maybe if it was the family bathroom, the family just selling it as a house, we'd have the bathroom here. I know I said that's weird, but we'd have more kitchen out the back here to play with. Let me see what the comps have done. Let's see what the comps have done. This one first of all, because I prefer, like, for example, the comps have gone into the roof. Okay, we go into the roof. The comps have done a flat conversion. Okay, we do a flat conversion. The comps haven't done a flat conversion, although I suppose I could check that. The comps have done this. They've got the bathroom in, yeah, in that sort of area, around where yeah, and the bedroom is just behind. Yeah, I don't think doing it like this should be a problem. So there's, yeah, a definite way to do it. Although I actually prefer the other layout where we had a little bit of kitchen coming in there from the other house. But yeah, we've got no issue with doing it like this. They've even stuck a toilet in there, which is below this one. And yeah, I like it. Before I speak too soon about like other houses haven't gone for flats, I mean, well, let's just check it. So it would be a 2-bed maisonette. Yeah. Take this off, and it would be flats. And yeah, maybe actually this is a viable option. So we have this one here, this one here. That one, 19B. I suppose this one's like that's a second floor. So the thing is, if the whole house is selling for 1.5, then what's the point of going through planning to only achieve 715, say times 2? Unless it's times 3, and if we've got 3 flats in the building, That's where this could become interesting. It's turned out to a very complicated one, hasn't it? But this flat has a first and a second floor. Well, if one flat's occupying 2 floors, then surely that's it. The building is 2 flats, right? You can't. This okay, it's up there. Alright, check this one out. This is a very much more valuable flat, 700 roundabouts, and it's second floor, right? B, I guess B. Yeah, second living room, second floor. Okay, so this is the so I was talking about the maisonette. This would be the one where it's the first floor, sorry, and then the loft. They've got the 2. And excuse me. Oh, interesting. They put the kitchen up front there. No, like family bathroom. It's just the bedrooms have an ensuite. Okay, yeah. And that's perfectly acceptable. Makes me wonder whether it should be HMO, but I don't do those. Too complicated. Yeah. No, I'm not really interested. I don't really like squeezing people into smaller and smaller places. I know councils have regs on it, but yeah. Messages. Just looking at this, if that's the most it's going to get, 715 for flats, and then 715 for the top upstairs, and about 500 for the downstairs. Be conservative, let's call it 700 and 500. That's only 1.2 million. The property's on for 1.1. I just don't think it's worth it. This is why these houses are nice. And again, flats or we're right next to a primary school. Why don't we make it a family home? This is our property. Make it a family home. Perfect, right? It's 1.3 million in 2013. Oh, we had 1.8. Anyway, forget 1.8 in 2020. 2025 was 1.5. We'll stick with that. But yeah, I mean, 700 plus 500, and then you have to do. It's going to cost more in effort and in time to get it to flats. So yeah, I don't see the point really. If it was a bit more refurbished and it was a case of splitting the title, in fact, it wouldn't even need to be a bit more refurbished. This could even be a title split. I'm just it's not a strategy I'm fully familiar with yet, unfortunately. But yeah, I imagine this could be a title split opportunity. But yeah, I'm not quite sure on this one yet. This loft room thing is shit. You just take that wall through, make an ensuite. Yeah, like that's the other half of the loft. Like, could put 2 bedrooms up there, or a bedroom and an ensuite. And I like this one. I like this one. I really do. I think it's got a lot of potential. But to renovate, 1.5 million GDV. To essentially make it like those other comparables were. So we got that one, and let's just look at this one as well. Solent Road. More of a conventional layout, to be fair, they've gone for here, but yeah, again, to put the bathroom here, a smaller bedroom at the back, and then they've gone for like just a bedroom with an ensuite. Is it an ensuite though? It doesn't even link into the. But anyway, sold for 1.5 mil. play around with it. And then yeah, there is a seller. We do have to account for that extra work, but it's already got the loft conversion. We don't have to add in the loft conversion. We might just need to just factor in for its extra surface area to refurbish. But that makes me confident we could do this for about 200k. And if that's the case, I think this is potentially a fantastic deal. Let me just drop it into my analyzer. No singing on these live streams. Also, we thought. Just at a rough look at it, these figures could change, probably will change, and sorry, I don't need to say, but just as a rough look, so 1.1 million, no, not 110,000, 1.1, yeah, 1.1 million, GDV 1.5, that's the most confident I've probably ever been since starting deal sourcing. Right, that's for a 40k refurb. Let's see about 200k refurb. We're making money there, yeah. It might well, of course, worst case scenario, come in at 250, consultancy, VAT, everything. We're still making some money. 27% return, it's okay. So that's kind of our worst case scenario. So yeah, this one could end. I could snatch this off them. I do want to find out if there's any reason why it is so low. But I know it was listed for 1 million, and if that was the case, oh, hang on, I was going to say 500% return on investment. No, I put 100,000. Again, no, at a million, that's a 98% return. So yeah, I think this could potentially, but again, I think we do need to hold our horses here. Remember, it's on for 1.1. This vendor was strange enough to desert purple bricks the first time. You know, let's see. This could be an interesting negotiation, but I do think there's good potential here. Best case scenario looks like about 100% return. Put in 200k, get it straight back. Worst case scenario, 20 something percent return. Put in 250, get. Don't know what that is. 300 back or something for it. Yeah. But the agent's of course not yet contacted. And yeah. It is now. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I'm happy with that. That's good. That's good. All right. Let's keep going. Yeah, really happy with that one coming back on the market because it did look interesting when I first saw it. And hang on, let's get a notification going on this one. Let's pretend we just called them and didn't answer. It's the fastest way I do it. And we're gonna follow up in. Supposed to be having a day off tomorrow, but fuck it, I kind of. Okay, let's say 2 days. Let's say get back to it on Tuesday. But this is potentially a great one. I love it. Yeah, cool. All right, so this is going back on the market as well. I love it. Lots of properties going back. This is the one from last week where I was laughing at how ridiculous 800k is. They've clearly realised. I mean, we need it for like 600, to be honest. But what did I say? I said put 3 analyzer. I did, yeah. We need it for about 600. This one. So I think I'm interested in calling them. At 7.15, they've clearly realised there's something not right at their original price. We literally had a refurbished comp, maybe not as nice as we could get this one, for 8.15, and it was on 800. It's like absolute cuckoo land. So yeah, follow up soon on them. This one's come back on the market, and what did I feel like when they come back it just deletes my notes. Maybe not, but I swear I've already looked at comparables for this. But anyway, let's look again. I think this was one of those that it was like overpriced anyway, but let's have a look. Oh, sorry, we need to have a rough idea of the condition that we're looking at the moment. I remember this one. It's about good 100k refurb, maybe 150. It needs everything done, and this little bit is just strange. Like, just this needs redoing. Yeah, it's the works, but it's not a huge place. 100 square foot. I'll be interested to see square meters. I'll be interested to see if the comparables have extended and if that's something we need to factor in, because that just increases time, doesn't it? But okay, first one here, 764. I hesitate to use that as a comp because it's just, the fact is that's a more desirable type of home. That solidly built Victorian thing is much more desirable than our poor old property. Even if we were to make it look this nice inside, I would hesitate to think it would go for around 764. Even though it is really close. It's the know your area type of thing. I can just, yeah, Victorian end of terrace. And it's an end of terrace as well, and we need, why is it going to touch seriously? What are we? We're a terraced. So, yeah, I think I'm not comfortable using that as a comparable. I would have loved to, because it might have made the deal viable, but I want to only look at terraced. And then we're going into sort of, again, this is a Victorian one, but it just doesn't look as pretty, so I'm fine with it. But that also needs refurbishment. So again, that one needed refurbishment, but someone was happy to pay. To be honest, I say need. No, it's livable. It's more than livable. If you don't have standards. No, if you don't have the money to refurb it yourself and you like the area. Right, this one's next to the Catholic Grammar School. That could uplift the value. Also, it's bigger. Maybe that's because it had an extension. Also, it's a nicer build. Yeah, no, that is because it's mainly because it's had the extension. Yeah, that definitely helps. Get it to, so we could say that this value of 820 is kind of our maximum, our ceiling price. I'll save it as a comparable just to be aware of, like, you know, if we extended, what could we achieve. I do feel, my feeling is 600k for this one is still way too much. My feeling at the moment, 820 maximum. Yeah, we need to get them down to like the low 500s to make this a deal because of the refurbishment cost. So if you bother with this, I mean, yeah, 850, but it's a lot bigger. Has it had an extent? Is it a nicer build? What extension has it had? I don't actually know if that's an extension. It could be, it's like the kitchen is the extension, but I'm not actually 100%. Like, that's how they were built. Is that an extension? No, I think that might just be how it's built. So it's not an extension, but it's just a nicer build. Yeah, it's not a comp. It's not a comp. It's too much bigger. I think it's too much bigger. This is, I guess, more of a comp because it's just they really, but in some men had a meeting in like 1958 and decided that from now on we're going to build really shit houses. It's lovely inside though, isn't it? And that's the thing, when it looks shit on the outside, no matter how good you make it look on the inside, with the extension, it's really limiting your GDV. Again, it's also smaller. Do I count that as a comparable? I don't know. I think this one's going to struggle. The lack of comps doesn't help as well. I would guess we're around 750 GDV, even with the extension, because of the construction and stuff, but it's a guess. Like, would I put my own money into this one? Maybe not. I'll just allow for 2 years for a second. Let's see if we can add a bit more data out. Right, that is... Right, here we go. We've got the same road. Excellent. Alright, it was April 24, but we can still... That can still help us. Please say it's refurbished. Please say it's refurbished. Yeah, that'll do. It's not like epic standard, but it's like, it's good to be conservative and say, well, we'd get this. We obviously might achieve more, but, and I think that's no extension, right? That looks like the original floor plan. So this is like, this is where, okay, so we'd get to 730 without an extension, but just refurbing the internals. Okay. Maybe a little bit more, because that was a year or so ago. I don't really know. Is this one just bigger? Because, like, 115. Hang on, am I missing a detail? Has this one gone into the loft? Did I miss that? No, hasn't gone into the loft. Why is it so much bigger? I just need to look at our property again and work out why it's so small. What's our property doing? What's wrong with it? Same street, I think. Oh, that kitchen's tiny. Oh, it's a horrible layout. Oh, it's a horrible layout. Bathroom's tiny, kitchen's tiny. I have to reconfigure the stairs. You got the chimney there. It's a horrible layout. Oh no. Do you have to reconfigure the stairs? Because I think if there's no extension here, then you end up with boxes, because that is. I mean, and that's not just a structural wall, that's an external wall. Like, that's the original external wall. So I think we definitely need an extension here as well. With just the extension, make that kitchen with a little toilet there. No stairs reconfig. Bathroom's so tiny. I don't know, I don't like it. I don't like the way where the stairs is. I think it's like... Obviously that needs to go, like... I have to knock through all those, like, bricks and stuff, because it's like... Yeah. And then build new. I think it's costly. I think it's like over 100, and then if you reconfigure the staircase, it's easily 150. Do it, and it's just like on the same street, it's gone for 730, and it's bigger. It's like, do I just take it out of my pipeline? Do I just completely works. It's looking for similar size ones. Still needing an extension though, because of that layout. So I'm actually thinking, forget 99, but we are at the 110 sort of mark, and then this one becomes a comparable. So yeah, I think this is a good comparable. So unfortunately there's only one, but like, it's on the same road, so it's decent, isn't it? Decent comparable. What does it take to get 84 like this? Oh, because it's right next to the primary school and the train station. Got to be aware of these things. Thinking 85 doesn't look special, but it's location. So much of London I feel is location. This one's 730. Not refurbed that much, but it's a nicer build. Oh, this is difficult. I mean, yeah, this one suggests well. But, for fuck's sake, they've had to do so much to it. They've had to... Oh, only one reception room? And the stairs reconfig. Do you know what, though? I think that's a nice comp, because I think that is basically what ours is like, but with the stairs in the right place. Oh, and I like that. I think that's quite clever there. The use of space there is quite clever. I think it's a shame though that there's only... If you need a wee, you have to run through the kitchen utility, and it's a cold wee, because I know how these rooms are like in the winter. So I don't like that aspect of the layout. I think that's stupid. I would sooner see the kitchen on this side, you have a door through there or something. I do like that. Anyway, by the by, it's again, what was it, 750 or 730? 740. Yeah, we're not going to get more than 750 even if we do this really nicely, I would say. So I'll put 750 as like we do it the works. We give it 150 refurb, 750. Well, let's do the basic maths on that then. So what I've just said is we're going to give it 150 grand's worth of refurb, and it's going to be worth 750. No money. That is a perfect break even, and actually a loss because you need legal fees. You also need agency fees, but if you know about assisted sales, you know they're absorbed into the purchase price. Maybe that'll be my question for next week. What was it? Have you got the NDA senders and rest of the lease option one? Why am I looking at my messages now? Yes, Sam, I do have an NDA. Join the stream, bro. I'm actually going to message him back. Good jokes. Join the stream, bro. Okay. Fine. One day I think I'll get Sam on the stream. It's normally Paul. I don't think I even got Mark on it. I'll send Mark the link to the recording. He called me. It's like he wanted to get involved. Anyway, so this is refurb maybe 150k. So yeah, it really would need to get. And it was sold subject to contract at what? Yeah. Let's see. GDV 750k. Extension, the works. So really need this to be 500k. So it's probably, I'm gonna mark it as freaking overpriced, and we go from there. When remove it from the pipeline, same as this one, keep that in. This one back on the market 22 days ago. Oh, Jesus Christ, Elliot. This is why I really need to tidy up with this pipeline. 22 days ago, okay, but Stanmore. Stanmore's a nice area. Do you know, I think I remember this one. Like, look at next door. Next door's like done up, right? On the left here. The right to some extent, but on the left here, the next door one has been done up, but I have a feeling it. Yeah. But they've done it up and they've decided to keep living in it, so I don't have the data from how much that one is worth. Only what it was worth in 2001. Oh, because like if I knew if that was 800k, 850, this might work. But I don't know if I don't think it will be. I mean, have I made notes for this? Apparently not. But yeah. Pre-listed for 600k. Pre-listed to rent. Oh, well, hang on, that's 2015. Right, just double check the comps again. Okay, they're not too close. 717, and this looks like it's been refurbished. Oh, beautiful. Oh my god, my emotions went from amazed to what the chocolate? Like, why? And it's a tiny kitchen anyway. Why would you? Each to their own. People can do what they like. That's probably why it was only sold for 715. Maybe I think 50k GDV was knocked off there. No, other than that, it's a lovely job, and 111 and ours 90. But I think that's because of some sort of extensions, I would guess. I don't know. Maybe it's just a bigger place. But anyway, yeah, 717. That's not what we need. I mean, we need it so much bigger than this. This one, 675, 130 square meters. Yeah, this one, 85 better. Again, it's bigger. I'm not seeing this. No. I know we've got 949 or whatever coming up here, but I know for sure, like up here, that is Mint Town or Minted Town or whatever you want to say. So we're not going to get it to 9. We're just not. We're not getting it there. So no, I think I'm actually going to remove the first one of the day. We're going to remove this from the pipeline. It's just that just looks like a shit deal. When it gets reduced, perhaps it'll come back. Hello? Remove? Something wrong on our end. It's because I've probably already removed it. Cool, how are we doing for time? 12 minutes? I'm loving today. I think it's because, like, when you start with a good deal, like, that just sets the mood for the rest of it. Send D2V, yes, I do need to do that. Or call the agent, or whatever, about that one, because it's been reduced, and it's a beautifully refurbished property. So someone's flipped it and they need some help. This one, finally they've reduced it a bit. I think this is bloody Foxtons or something stupid like that. Same with these. But I said it was overpriced at 625. And this is reduced by 25 each time. I mean, is 25,000 really going to help? End value 730, but at least 100, 150 spent on it. And what have they put it to now? 600? I mean, they've got the appetite for a deal. I could give them a call. But if 150k is spent on it, 680 would be break even. Well, so we need 600. Sorry, 580. So we need 500. It's just. Yeah. Need close to 500. And I think we're gonna have the same sort of territory on this one. They've accepted 605. Damn, this looks like a good area though, but I think I've done comfortable. Comparable 600k. No way have I kept it in my pipeline if the comps are 600k. I might 5 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. 5 bedrooms, 76 square meters. I mean, it's not Victorian construction, but it's a Victorian idea of how to squeeze the fuck out of people. This is a weird one. Can I view the most recent listing of one of these and just see like 2017? Yeah, I can view 2017 listing. Okay, so what is going on? Are they 5 bed? No, this was 3 bed. There's no floor plan. I kind of want a floor plan because this 5 bed thing seems weird, really weird, really weird. How are there 5 bedrooms? There's not one release that they're showing a picture that looks titch. Maybe there's just like not very many reception rooms. They've just sacrificed that. Okay, can't be listed. I'm not really interested. Like, if I said the comps were whatever, just remove that one. Alright, this one is a negative equity one. Beautiful thing. You would could put a new kitchen in. But it's not desperate. It's not desperate for refurb. But they're struggling to sell it because they bought it for 1.4 million. Holy shit, they bought it for 1.4 million in 2014. Why was it worth that much in 2014? Right, yeah. No, I'll keep this in the pipeline. I need to talk about a lease option for it. But, I mean, yeah. What I've learned is, yeah, negative equity, good for a lease option. But, that's your external experience. But, my own experience, lease options at these kind of values really struggle. Like, the rental yield is going to be about 3%. Unless they are happy with just 50 grand up front and they're in negative equity. They need the mortgage covered. I was going to say, and like very minimal, like 500 quid a month, and then you're making 4.5 grand, and then like the yield's better. But no, they're going to want the mortgage covered, which will be big. So what I'll do is I'll run it through my analyzer. Been painful to make, like seeing the Instagram post, I'm sure, like this. And I've had to edit it twice again since then. Purchase lease options are really like hard to not to invest in, don't be put off. But hard to calculate. That's my job. Yeah. But I think I've got it now, so I'm going to run it through the analyzer. Yeah, that's it. Just to see, but I suspect we're gonna struggle there on that one, and then we can take it off the pipeline. This one, yeah, is overpriced. That hasn't changed. No, there's been no change there. Again, this one's overpriced, but there's been no change there. Sat on the market, this one. Vendor's stupid. We need it to drop to about the valuation is loopy. Lease option. That's when I thought lease options would work on this value property, but I just don't think it will. And they're not. No, lease option. No, they're not desperate to move on. I'm gonna take this out because, like, if it's reduced, I'll get a notification because it's clearly in some sort of my radius. We skipped over a couple there. So Morley Crescent. Oh yeah, this one was recommended to me by an estate agent. It's there's nothing wrong with it. I think it's one they were recommending me because of a lease option. Just like they're not quite sure on my criteria yet. They're just chucking me anything that's been struggling to sell, basically. And this one has been struggling to sell since August. They just want me to help. I think to help, I'd recommend them reducing it more than only 25k. The vendor won't. So the vendor's had offers of 800, but won't accept it. Ready to go. Yeah. All right. So again, yeah, run through Pillar Analyzer, but I think again it's gonna be a no. If you want to test my Pillar Analyzer, I'm happy to send it to you. Anyone watching? I want to get people testing it, trying it. If it works, then I'm going to charge for it because I've spent a long time on it. Not loads, like, well, I don't know. I won't put a figure out there, but it won't be hundreds. Crazy, but you know, considering I spent, if you add it all up, probably like 12 hours on it now. I can go out and do some tennis coaching for £40 an hour, so 12 times 400, so £480 work has gone into that PLO analyzer now. So I need to make that back for me to work out how much I should charge. Anyway, this one is still set on the market. Right, let's look at the comps. Don't think I've kind of, yeah, got that sorted. So it's 4-bed and it's 144 square meters. It's quite large, quite large. This one's a bit too small. Again, I want to hesitate from doing the other side of the train line. So that's called 4.1. Bit far away. But it's the same side of the train track. So, like, is that... Oh my god, I hate it when this happens. Is that a better idea of the value than even the ones... Oh my god. Oh god. I actually want you to stop. I just want to move. Oh no. You get what I'm saying though. Are these better ideas of... Is this a better idea of end value than the ones on the other side of the train track, is what I'm trying to say. Oh, that certainly isn't. Fucking hell, I can't, there's no way else out of that. Oh, no. Right, this property's annoying me now. Oh, wait, 4-bed, 144 square meters, this one. It's like identical. And it's been fully refurbed. The problem is right next to the train track, and I think that just, like, that's noisy. But I could call it a comparable. 890. This one's on for 8, so again, that's not really good enough. This one, that's not a comparable. This one, that I would say is a comparable, but on the other side of the train tracks, like, but it's gone for 900. Alright, 900 to the train track, didn't it? Yeah, alright, so the GDV is 900. Okay, fine. Roughly. Hang on a minute. I should actually save and save, and I should try and see if there's something just outside 12 months that would help us here. That's maybe a bit closer, right? What have we got here? Yeah, that's a bit closer. Full bed, 149 square meters. 950. Maybe 900 is a bit conservative. Because this one's not even like refurbed, and it's gone for 950. Maybe. There. Maybe Bowes Road has more potential. Guys, it's probably going to be the last deal. Looking at the time. Alright, no worries. This one, 920. Again, not really refurbed, but I kind of want to put it as a comparable. Okay, so this is what I guess is the thing with train tracks. And see, it's confusing. So that 4-bed is 700k. This 4-bed is over 1 million. Okay, it's Feb 2024. Maybe different times. In fact, yeah, that is nearly 2 years ago now. It's not even refurb. Like, why is that going for 1.8 million? And it's right next to the train tracks. Other side of the train tracks ain't 90. Property, it's probably nicer. I might say. I dare say. And this one over here. What's that? Is that this one? I know, that's good. Comps can be quite confusing sometimes. Don't want to get too bogged down in it. There's the timer. Don't want to get too bogged down in it. I still feel like... Where's this one? That one's over there. I feel like all in all, 900 is probably a safe bet. But you've got a lot of different types of properties, a lot of different like intricacies of the location, like by the train tracks, whatever. But yeah, that one's done up nicely. Modifying comparables have been done up nicely, essentially. But this one, oh, that's a concept. We're selling a plot of land. This one over there, I don't think that's comparable. It's, you know, it's just the quaintness of the building. And in this one, it's like, what the we have such a variety here. Such an insane variety. And that one there. Same square footage, but, you know, these are different types of properties. I don't know. I don't know if that's a fair comp. Really different types of properties. It looks more desirable, this one, that type of place. So I'm not going to use it. So I've got 900, I've got 890, and I've got 920. So yeah, I think 900's GDV or thereabouts is fair, and therefore this price is a bit off. Because again, we probably need to spend. I don't know if it's that much. It probably is. It's a full internal job. Is that the roof? Is that loft conversion? Oh, that is a loft conversion, right? So we don't need to do a loft conversion. It's already done. No dormers, I think. Or no? Oh no, that is a dormer. Yeah, that is a full off on loft conversion. Have they been renting that out or something? This is just one huge room, which I would think could do better than that. There's a tiny ensuite. Okay, but it's been done. So I think probably only needs 100k spent on it. I don't know, did those comps have loft conversions? Because that does help. Can't lie, that does help GDV. Sorry, going back into the comps. Just put on the saved ones only. Right, did they have loft conversion? It doesn't look like they did, so it might be worth a cheeky. Oh no. Just gonna have to. Yeah, there's no loft conversion there. Right, then the 921, no, and the 891, yes. So bizarre, isn't it? that has had the works. That has a loft conversion. It's also have a re-extension. How is that sold so low? Maybe you can literally just hear the train from the house, and it's as simple as that. I mean, previously listed for sale for 1.05. I'm not surprised that they tried to get that. That's a shame, really. But anyway, so we've done the loft conversion. This one, yeah. So we're not changing GDP. 900k. GDP probably needs about 100k spent on it. So we need this to be. I'm gonna say we basically call the agents and ask if they'd entertain less than 750. I think we can make some moves. If not, we take our foot off the gas. I think that's fair because, you know, at 750, just off the top of my head, you'd probably have something like the investor investing 100 and getting back 140, so 40% return. Fine, that's absolutely fine. This could potentially work. We've already had the loft conversion done. It ticks a lot of. It's nice. It ticks a few boxes. Right. Did we look? Sorry, I just want to do this one. I can't end without the row being finished, you know, that's not satisfying. Right, what's going on with this one then? It's been refurbished to what I would call as a buy-to-let standard. It'll do for a buy-to-let. I think it's had, oh God, dogs, farmers, some issues there. So it needs a little bit of a tidy up. But you could keep the same kitchen and you could just spend 5-10 grand just tidying it up really quickly. No VAT, just a little jobby. Come in, do some carpets for us, mate. Couple of fixes here and there. Do it in a week. And yeah, then that's not really exactly the reason it's not been selling. I've made a note that we need to change the garage into a fifth bedroom. 2, 3, 4, 5. What am I actually? Am I okay? Because there are 5 bedrooms here. Well, we live and we learn, and I'll pass sales. But it says 4 bed. That's why. It says 4 bed, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 5. Why would you undersell your property? Maybe that's why it's not been selling. I mean, quite literally, this could be traded in well, but I think assisted sales are much better than trading. You don't even have to buy it for starters. Trading's like buy, sell, buy, fix a little issue, sell. Assisted sale is fix a little issue, sell. No need to buy. Right, anyway, let me shut up. I've said that there are comparables over 1.1. Am I talking out my arse? Potentially. Oh, but that needs a refurb. Okay, no worries about that one. This one also needs a refurb. No worries about that one. All the comparables need a refurbishment as well. It doesn't suggest that there's much appetite for a refurb. Let's just extend it a little bit. See, I just don't know why it's not been marketed as a 5 bed. Because that would really help it. These 4 beds are really bad. really dated. Oh my god. This one's maybe the best one. Right. 5 years. 5. Fucking hell. This is the last one, guys. Don't worry. What was I talking about? 1.1 GDV. This one is 5 bedrooms. Bit smaller, okay. But it's been refurbished to a good standard, and it's at 737. This is really silly. I don't know why this is in my pipeline. It's just good to have a tidy out sometimes. This one's just overpriced. It's way too overpriced. Way overpriced. Should I have just dismissed it so easily? Yeah, I should, because they're asking 775. Yeah, maybe they'd take like 750, but like, or 720 even. Who knows? But like, it's priced kind of correctly, maybe a bit over. I'd only end up paying the true market value. Anyway. Okay, the idea was silly that I was going to finish on a nice row where I'd check them all was a bit silly. Unless this one is going to stay in my pipeline. Oh yeah, it doesn't really look like it should though, does it? Right, so it's got, okay, right, so it's got like a dated kitchen that's small, so you'd want to redo that. Maybe not redo the ceiling. Well, you probably have to redo the ceiling, because the ceiling's not nice. But everything else is alright, so that's probably what I identified with the property, is like, new carpets, new paint, do the kitchen, 50 grand. Let's see what our comparables are at. Have we got any notes? No. It's funny going through old stuff, isn't it? Oh, we've got comparables. Is that the only one? 789. Oh, it's a good one though. That's a really strong comparable. But what do we need to do to get it there? And that's 139 square meters. I'm not sure what we're at. But what do we need to do? Yeah, it needs the open plan job. It also needs a loft conversion. Got no problem with an open plan jobby for 50k, but loft conversion's not happening for 50k. Well, it's not even that open plan actually. There's some, okay, shell. But yeah, this 2 bedrooms in the loft thing. No, that's how we get 5 bed. Is that happening in my property? Remember 789 GDV. 790, call it GDV, 5 bed. Aha, but this has had the loft conversion. We finish on one that might be staying in the pipeline. Great. This is probably also how this one gets its 5th bed, right? With the loft. Ground floor, first floor, second floor, 2 bedroom. Yeah, nice. Okay. I think this is the type of deal I look for in Sister Cell. It just needs 50k on it to get it. Essentially, yeah, 100k higher. So I like the look of this one. GDV. Remember, no stamp duty, no buying, no stamp duty, no buying, no stamp duty, no buying. It's Sister Cell. GDV is, there's only one comp, but it's right next door. 790. 790k. Needs estimated 50k. If it really was 50k's worth work, and we got it, well, I mean, this is guide pricing. We'll probably get it a bit of a discount. And actually, it's with Joseph Scott, and I have a good relationship with them, so I'm confident we can get this at a discount. It's a good deal. It's a good deal. Yeah, it's a good deal. Alright. Good deal. I like it. I'm gonna do the fake call thing to tell myself to follow up in a couple of days. I'll just say do rough estimate, test how low they would go. As always, it might be profitable to go 695. But why would you? Why? It's not. You've got to negotiate on everything. If they're happy at 660, okay, 650, whatever. I don't think they'd take less than 650, but they might. Let's see. Right. Yeah. I mean, 50k, just a kitchen. No, it's not, is it? It's the bathroom. It needs a better bathroom. It's whether we also need new flooring and it gets complicated like that, but... And also, what's our square footage, should we say? 132. Yeah, it's very similar to that comparable as 139, wasn't it? So, that's fine. New carpets on the staircase. It's cosmetic refurb. And do we even need to open plan the kitchen? Because I remember that the last one, actually, it just... No, we don't. We just need to reconfigure it and maybe knock through this. Yeah, maybe. Sometimes, yeah. I can't lie, there's nothing else structurally to do. You might knock through this wall. In fact, yeah, no, that would really help. Forget what the other thing did. The other property? Well, maybe we get 800k if we actually properly knocked through this wall, open planned it. Conservatory. Keep it. Not got a problem with it, really. Okay, if there was evidence that, like, actually, like, a full-blown extension here, which would surely be granted because we've already got the conservatory, if there's evidence that that got us to 900k GDV, then maybe we'd do it. But I can't find that evidence. And, you know, assisted sales are better if you can just do a quick and easy in and out job. So I don't think, I mean, you can always offer it as an option to our investors, but anything is needed, I think. Yeah, that's our comparable, isn't it? Teamsway, 7k. Great, I'm happy with that one. Right, lovely stuff. Let's look forward to the week ahead and stop our live stream. So the week ahead, well, I haven't been writing these down. Let's go and write these down. So next week, the ones to follow up on are W61QQ. It's probably really makes really boring viewing, doesn't it? H889NH. Yeah, I like that one. Bowes Road one. No, we need. Well, we could test them at 740 because I think, as far as I'm aware, this has been on for quite some time. July 20 years. We could. Yeah, I think it's fair to test them. I'll have my eye on that one for a while, and I think it's time that one gets shifted. Test 50. This one, run through the PLO analyzer. Yeah, I'll just run a few through the PLO analyzer. But not many. And that's not super high priority, is it? This one, no, just keep let it sit there and brew. This one, yeah, I need to call this one because they listened to they've obviously watched the last live stream and I ripped into it and said it was only worth 600k, and they've yielded a little bit down to 750. This one, no, I'm gonna wait for that. I'm gonna wait for that to drop. This one, this is the one we started on today. Yes, I like this one. And the rest is we looked at last week. This one, I don't know what's really going on. Yeah, all right, great. And others that we might have looked at in previous weeks, confidential. They're going through the marketing to my investors process, so that is confidential. Right, so done the goals for next week, the properties to follow up on. This time next week as well, it could be my last live stream with this pipeline. This is why I've kind of honed in on it recently and gone, well, how much do I actually need it, sort of thing, because I mean, I might need to set up a Patreon. I mean, to keep this pipeline, it's going to start costing, because I'm on a half price plan at the moment, which is £54 a month, which is already quite expensive. Full price £108 a month is I don't know, it's really hard to swallow. Yeah, anyway, that's for me to consider. Next week could be the last one. I might downgrade my package to basically a package which doesn't have the pipeline, and basically I'll just have to, it'll just take a bit more time, but it'll save a lot of money. I'll essentially just have to write down the ones that I would have put in my pipeline. I'll have to write it down, maybe use an Excel spreadsheet, but I kind of hate that idea, because I used to do that before I got Property Engine, do an Excel spreadsheet, and it took forever. But I just write it down like I'm doing now, and then I just have to look at the postcode again and find it. So instead of going click, which took 2 seconds, I'd have to do this each time to go. Let's test this. Let's try and find one. I don't know how many seconds this has been, but it's already about 10. In fact, yeah, start a little. Go. Right, wait 10 seconds. So I've got to this point. One, and I just have to be finding. Oh, in that case, it was 11 seconds extra time. Okay, let's redo again. Let's do for another property, because it came up really, really quickly, which is nice. Let's do for another property. Oh, straight away. That was another 10 seconds. So, you know what? I might not need the pipeline. I might be alright without it. But what I do really like is on my saved searches that I've got these alerts, and it goes to my email. So that's how I find new deals. I think that's still available in the cheaper version of this software. But I'll be checking all this over the week. So yeah, with Jamie, the founder. I think based on that little test, and in a way this is great, you know, the entry level package I think is 30ish a month, right? And for you guys watching my stream, you might be put off with hearing £108 a month, but don't be put off by 30, because that's at least 30 is that. The 30 version at least is definitely worth it, especially if it allows you to save the searches and do email alerts. I'll double check that with Jamie and get back to you guys next week. And then maybe, yeah, well, because I've tried that, you know what, why not? I've tried the Pro package. Why not try the light package and sort of see? So, yeah. And it will save me about 70 quid a month. And I can use that 70 quid on other things. Like, for example, I was just sending some documents to an investor, and he was like, mate, just get this. I was like, fair, probably should. Yeah. If I'm saving 70 from Property Engine, then I can probably fork out that. Yeah. Where's my stream? I want to end it. Bye.